As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Alphen.
Iori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Iori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Ori. Shion. Damn it.
Dragon Swarm! Pierce! Dragon Swarm! Crush! You picked the wrong fight! Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm! Dragon Swarm! Try harder! Not a chance! Dragon Swarm! Crush! Eternal Devastation! There! Your mother! Crush! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Crush! It's on! Eat dirt! Crush! Eternal Devastation! Pierce! Crush! Megasonic Thrust! Crush! Dragon Swarm! This should do it! Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Eternal Devastation! Pierce! Dragon Swarm! Crush! Eternal Devastation! It's on! Eat dirt!
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
We won.
Go no further!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
Megasonic Thrust!
Is it hot? Dispatch it out again! Hope this works!
Eternal Devastation!
Prepare to be seized!
Raging storm!
Take this!
Take this!
Here's
You're
another!
finished!
Can you take it?
Eternal Devastation!
Have this! Tempest!
Megasonic Thrust!
Elusive
Dragon
deity!
Swarm!
I'll
Raging
thank you!
cascade!
Tear!
Sleep now!
Begin!
I'll be safe!
Elusive deity!
Blah 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 magic! Freeze him!
Stunner! Hurricane Thrust!
Ready!
Try
Elusive
harder!
deity!
Not in your dreams!
I'll thank you!
Crush! Stunner!
Captivity!
Now!
Joey! In an instant! Impact Drop!
Light after
It's
raging
on!
cascade! In here!
Begin!
You picked the wrong
I'll
fight!
be saving this
Elusive
one!
deity!
Hit! I'm ready for the next battle! Speaking of Thistleim, the whole town was built by Danon defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back.
Yeah,
And your sense of pain, too.
Really? Oh, but that means...
probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dahna. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
You're certain...
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself, and you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that...
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is... just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense.
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as what?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can, be it several centuries ago or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside? That's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Elf. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or... What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori. Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me. That's the guy I was proud to follow.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And think.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alvin! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
That...
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it. Really?
You ready?
As ready as...
Alvin, right! Great to have you back!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zugo policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Swallow dance! Bet that gel tightens up the face. Take that! Now
It's
you
armor
see what I can do. Then I'll split it open.
Be my guest.
dance in the wind!
Megasonic thrust! Crush! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll check it out.
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic thrust!
Going in!
You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger Blade!
Confiscated! Tempest Whirl!
Try
Dance in the
harder!
wind!
My turn!
In here!
Dragon Swarm!
Raging Cat!
Far enough!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Smash you! Dragon, prepare to be sealed.
I'm gone!
Can't get out of this.
Wind Astral Energy! More without
Tiger Blade! You'll pay for that!
Going in!
I've still got some fight left in me.
Tiger Blade!
Crush! It's on!
Sweet power!
Lightning Meteor!
I'll be safe! Light Astral Energy! More without
I let my guard down.
Air Thrust! Photon! Lightning Condemn!
Megasonic thrust!
An outstanding effect. This one's mine.
Eat dirt!
Wind Astral
Eternal
Energy!
devastation! Dragon Swarm!
Shining Supernova! Photon! Dance in the wind!
Falling storm! Tiger Blade!
Eternal devastation!
Glimmer Dragon! This!
Darling! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this Olim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. family, home. They took everything from me. And left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion. Then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean?
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us.
Fine. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords. But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
they almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even though we're Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to...
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different. Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, I think Huro senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're...
What's needed at times like these is a relax.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered can be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess.
No backing down!
Not on my watch!
No further! I'm on Megasonic Thrust! Eternal Devastation!
Astral energy! Raging cascade!
Are those arms even natural?
But this one's mine! I'll be saving this one!
Eternal Devastation!
Let astral
Dragon
energy!
Claw!
More where that came from!
Denied! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Raging cascade!
I'm on it!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Trouble to me! One more! Pierce!
Shining supernova! More where that turtle blade!
Storm!
Sleep
I
now!
can carve through all!
Now!
Small! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Could have been worse.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Ho ho ho!
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion?
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. We wear our...
That's right.
I'm fine.
Oh, really?
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already,
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failure. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep.
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones. So deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know. But the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings.
So he finally admits...
I really hope Shion's okay.
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go.
I always hear you mutter...
Why do you want to know? Does it bother?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental...
Astral energy?
Not...
Cut!
Wait,
Or you can ask it...
May lightning condemn those who bear fault! I just asked the astral energy to send...
I don't know what to do.
What do you mean?
Ah!
You were talking...
No,
Really?
cut it out. I was thinking...
Yeah, of course.
Right.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
because...
but it sure...
Oh, he
I don't think those...
come to...
Yeah. You're...
I am?
Yeah.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city.
Is it just me? Or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too.
It's not like we had a... At least, I'm trying to be.
I see.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring.
Not being subjected to unwarranted.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a personality.
Really?
Ow! Dragon Swarm! Crush!
Here goes! Raging Cascade! Tiger Flare! Spread! Dance in the wind! Evolvia! Tiger Blade!
Crush!
In a bind?
In here!
You're mine!
An asteroid?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Dragon Swarm!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Coming through! Not in your dreams!
You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning again! Thunder Blade! Tiger Blade!
Eternal Devastation!
Hurricane!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting off?
Pieces!
Lightning and Dazzle!
Now you see what I can do!
This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Brace! Look sharp!
That's it!
Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Thunder Blade!
Eagle Assault! I'm even stronger than before.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Gotta break through!
Not in your dreams!
No further!
Swallow that! Like astral energy!
Here we go. I let my guard down.
Stay away from my friend!
flanked!
Crush!
Talon Sword!
Strata!
Raging Storm!
Hurricane Claw!
Eat this!
Try harder! Now!
Tempest Wall!
Crush! Eternal Devastation!
You see what you crossed? Shouldn't have done that.
Raging Cascade!
You picked the wrong fight!
Spread! Dance in the wind! In here!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! And the bubble
Dragon Swarm!
can't get out of this!
Thunder Wheel!
Crush!
Now!
Try again!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
I'll smash you! Look sharp!
Photon dance in the
Eternal
wind!
Devastation! Dragon Swarm!
More for the stockpile!
They really made us work for that one.
Right, here goes! Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Tiger Blade! Wind astral energy!
Okay!
Look sharp!
This one's all mine!
Tiger Blade!
Eat dirt! Damn it!
Leave the enemy's arc to me.
Place here!
You're finished!
Flaming meteor! Tempest Wall!
Dragon Swarm!
Flight!
Can't get out of this!
Now! You're mine!
Guardian Wheel! Photon Slam! Dance in the wind!
Try
Air!
harder!
Falling
You're
Storm!
mine!
Photon
Crush!
Slam!
Guess I had to use it sometime. I'm gone. One right here. I got
Try
it.
harder! Now! Take limit!
Look sharp! That's freaking does it! Tiger Blade!
Eternal devastation!
Eat this! You're done! Talon Hurl!
I've let you all down.
Come on! You have to hold on! Not on my watch!
Take this!
On guard! Take this!
You picked the wrong
Wait
fight!
more of that
Eternal devastation!
Going in! Sleep
Where am
now!
I?
I'll be saving this one! Far enough!
Take this!
Look sharp! Raging storm! Alright, it's showtime!
Eternal devastation!
This one's mine!
Dragon swarm! Stop! Pierce!
Make it rain!
Your mother!
Hold on to your heart.
Here I come! Alright, let me at him! Alright, let me...
I feel sprightlier than before.
That's far enough!
Dragon swarm! Take this! It's on! Eat dirt!
This one's mine!
River Dragon!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon swarm! It's almost too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Tiger Blade!
Dragon swarm!
Attack time! Wind Astral Energy!
The enemy feels ours too.
We'll soon see about that.
Dragon swarm! I'm on eternal devastation!
These fists have got your name on them!
You're finished! Here we go! I'm on Dragon swarm!
Rip it through it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try. But that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Mind if I do?
You picked the wrong fight!
Raging storm!
Dragon swarm! Be careful, everyone! This one isn't normal!
Here!
I can carve. Watch this!
I'll be saving this one.
Eat this!
No further! Going! In an instant! Impact block!
On guard!
Here's the
First strike!
Start up!
Tiger Blade!
Hurricane!
Look sharp! Rip it
finished!
You all tucked away.
Eternal devastation!
Sleep now.
Mega Piston!
Big
Take
time.
it! Eat dirt!
On guard!
Eternal
Finish
devastation!
now.
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
We won that by a mile.
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Looks like trouble with us.
Together, we've got this! Here I come! It's
Tiger
over!
Blade! Here goes Raging Cascade!
Ready to go!
Dance to the wind! Sealed!
What's this? Eternal devastation!
This one's mine! That's it!
Honor won't save you!
Now or never! Energy! More where that came from! The
It must take judgment right without a weapon.
I'm not brave. I just do what I have to.
If you're ever in a pinch, just say the word.
To the flame! Dragon! What's this? Dragon Swarm!
One more!
Dragon Shout!
Dance in the wind!
Their arts were interrupted.
Mega Thunder!
Hold on to your arms! Here I come!
Dragon! That freaking does it! No!
I let my guard down.
Stay away from my friend! Eat this!
Leave my way! Raging Cascade! Friend! Dance in the wind!
What's
Quick
this?
now!
Anything in armor is
Get
all
on there
mine!
with the others!
Talon Hurricane! Eagle Side!
Now!
I can carve through armor!
Where that
This one's all
came from?
mine! Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Go no further!
Eat dirt! Eat this one! Eternal devastation! Dragon Swarm! No further! Tiger Blade! On guard! Come and face me!
Falling storm!
No armor to stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Raging Cascade!
Tiger Blade!
In here!
By me! Dragon Swarm! Glimmer Dragon!
Lightning Cadet!
Eagle
Thunder Blade! See my
Lightning Meteor! Megasonic Thrust! Watch this!
Guardian Field!
I'm ready to go!
Raging
Dragon
Cascade!
Swarm! I'm on it!
In here!
Do it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off!
Now you see what I can do.
Now!
This one's almost! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I think I'm getting stronger.
No choice! Eternal Devastation!
Hold on to your arms.
Fish!
Here I come.
Take this! Can't get out of this!
Tiger Blade! Alright! It's no time!
Away!
Lightning Raging Cascade!
Dragon Swarm!
Back into the feather!
Glad you have your usual.
I'll show you how useful I can be.
You're mine!
In here!
Eat this!
Get out of there!
Hurricane! Shattering! Attack time!
Have you ever considered a defensive approach?
What? Sit around and wait for them to get me first?
Just watch you don't get hurt, okay?
Eat dirt! Rip and tear!
Sealed! Confiscated!
Tiger Blade! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off!
Lightning
Startle! Dragon Tail! Take this! Lunar Roll! I'm on it!
Wow! Look what I just found.
Go no further.
Take this!
When did I get so popular?
Can't get out of this!
Tiger Blade!
I'm on! Take this!
They may look cute and stuff, but they're vicious.
Now you see what I can do.
Here I come! It's over! Eternal Devastation! Talon Hurricane! Megasonic Thrust! I'm on Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind!
We did it! I'm on it! Power! I'm not done! Eternal devastation!
Glimmer Dragon! Nothing gets by
We're
me!
cleaning how?
Let me take the rest of them.
Well, someone's feeling lively.
Eat dirt!
Here goes!
Sleep hard, Mystique.
Do it! Jubilee! In an instant! Impact block!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
I'm like bait to them.
Crush!
The shot. Now you see what I can
It's
do.
over!
Sleep now.
No further!
This one's yours!
Eternal devastation! Glimmer Dragon!
Tiger Blade! Eagle Assault!
Glimmer Dragon! Crush! Dragon Swarm!
Going in! Lightning Orb! Lightning Tiger Blade! Thunder Blade!
Now I'm real mad.
Eat this! Guardian Field! Hurricane!
Here I come!
Raging Cascade!
First strike!
Air going in! Guardian!
I let my guard down.
You'll pay for that! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm!
Raging Cascade!
Crush!
In here!
Swallow dance! Eat dirt!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because Raw's on it.
Watch this! Eagle Assault! Make it ready!
I'm ready to go.
Forward up! Guardian Field! Eagle Forward! Now! Sleep now!
Take it!
Do it!
Lightning
Take
Strike!
it!
One more time!
Dragon Swarm! Eternal devastation! Here I come!
Dragon Shell!
Going in! Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Mega Blade! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't push yourself too hard. And thus our strength... yet grows.
The design of this equipment is really... interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway?
That's far enough!
The armor won't save you!
Dragon Swarm! Eat dirt!
Seal!
Here I come!
Take this!
Monster coming through!
Now!
Freeze! Confiscate!
No further!
Guardian Field! Far enough!
No escape!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Going in! Lightning Orb!
Dragon Devastation! Megasonic Thrust! You're
You should
mine!
have messed with me!
I'm not done!
I let my guard down.
Stay away from my friends!
They're all coming after me!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dust to dust!
Thunder field!
There's always room for improvement.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like...
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! All that thing sees is a talking meal!
Then let's show it how wrong it is!
Is it trying to stop us?
Thunder field!
Get a word!
Pierce!
This one's
Turtle
not.
devastation! Eat dirt!
I'm on it! Here's it! Hurricane! In a vine?
An outstanding.
Raging storm!
Eternal devastation!
I hope this thing is mentally
Eternal devastation! Try harder!
Field! Confiscated!
On guard!
Thunder field!
That frickin' does it!
Let's go!
I can handle it.
Dragon Swarm!
Denied.
It's finished!
Let's do it!
Guardian Field!
Here I come!
I'm ready
Eternal
to run!
devastation!
I can carve through armor!
Huh? You picked the wrong fight!
Eat this!
You're mine! It's over!
Air thrust!
This one's mine. Fully critical.
Dragon Swarm!
Here and now!
Tiger blade.
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine.
Thunder field!
Eagle assault!
Pierce!
Prepare to be
One
sealed!
shot. Falling storm.
No further!
Tiger blade.
Deliver dragon!
Try harder!
Time's up.
Handy.
Dragon!
Go!
That did it!
Flaming
Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This one's
Ready and
mine.
raring! I'll finish you here and now!
Don't mind if I do!
Huh? You picked the wrong fight!
Storm!
Eternal devastation!
Ready to go!
Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Air thrust!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Far
Far enough.
Eternal devastation! Pierce!
Guess I had to use it
Glimmer
quicker.
in the wind! Air thrust! Light
shot.
energy!
One there.
Get out of this! Glimmer dragon!
Falling storm.
Eternal devastation!
Tiger blade.
Raging cascade!
Piercing
Eternal
storm.
devastation!
It's all mine!
Huh? Eat
I'll
dirt!
be saving this one!
Going in. Tiger blade.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust field! Dance in the wind!
All good things
Air
come to
thrust!
an end.
Dance not in your dreams!
Mom. Dad.
Going
You
in.
paid for that!
Tiger blade. This is one tough cookie.
Dragon
It's
Swarm.
defense goes down.
I'll beat it to done!
Falling storm.
Now we're
Let's tear him up!
Piercing roll. Far enough.
no further! Here I come!
This one's mine.
Now I'm in the groove!
It's on! Eat dirt!
Tiger blade.
You all tucked away!
Eternal devastation!
It's about to come at us! Look sharp!
I can carve through armor!
So now you're getting serious?
All right!
Ready at him.
Dragon Swarm!
Eagle assault!
This should do it!
Crescent hurricane.
Stardust! Hurricane Roar!
Come to an end.
Falling storm.
it! Crumble! Do it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right?